All right. We have Tuesday. This is the last Tuesday of September. Time is going by. Let's see what goddess guidance we have for us. Feels crazy that we're going into the last quarter of the year already. So let's see. What do we have here? What does the divine feminine wish to share with those of us in female embodiment here on Patreon here in this meditation, either live or in the replay. 7. I've been trying to be like the tarot readers and stuff on YouTube, and they shuffle and cards pop out, and they're like, oh, okay. So I try to do the card popping out thing. Nope. My clairaudience said, the hell with that. You're psychic. We're going to be psychic. We're going to tell you a number. Okay, that's how I operate. So tonight's message, how timely. Tonight's message is by Sekhmet. It says to be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. So yes, you are. See, I needed to get together. I'm saying like, oh, people will be joining. I didn't realize, Maya, that you were you were the only one on because I forgot to admit everybody else. Sorry about that. Sorry, y'all. But you're in divine timing because I just pulled tonight's card. So somebody got to get me together. Sekhmet, be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. So yay! You know what? I'm going to celebrate you all that are here on the live and on the replay. Okay, that is my congratulatory thing. Because I think knowing how to be strong and allowing ourselves to be strong in a feminine way requires skill. It requires tact. It requires being mutable, being, adaptable. It requires being fluid. It requires being in the flow. It takes a lot of strength to be strong and soft. A lot of strength to be strong. Duh. This is kind of the word, right? But it takes a lot of strength to be soft. It takes a lot of strength to show up for yourself on a consistent basis. It takes a lot of strength and courage to show up in a divine feminine space, to allow yourself to be celebrated. So thank you, Yami, for that celebration. But to allow ourselves as women to be celebrated, to maybe branch out of the norm of not just societal and cultural and gender role expectations and things like that, or generational, but at the same time, for some of us, our families. I grew up Southern Baptist for the most part. So me now reading cards, as my mom puts it, I don't know how you read like how you read people's mind like a shot. I don't read people's minds, Mom. But that's what she said. I don't know how you read people's mind like a shot. It's not good. It's evil. I'm like, so you think I'm evil, but you want to go have dinner on with me on Tuesday nights? Okay. Okay. All right. Anyways, it takes strength sometimes just to be who you are and show up how you are. And so for being here, I want to congratulate you and celebrate you. And may you celebrate that within yourself. Okay, recognizing your strength, your beauty, your grace, your manicure. Sekhmet, a little bit about her. She is an Egyptian sun goddess and a fiery protector. Okay, she's married to the Egyptian deity Ta, but her name means strong and mighty. And so she is connected with lions, as you can see here on the card. And symbolizing her fiercely protective nature, she sometimes appears with a lion's head in a human woman's body. Call upon Sekhmet to shore up your strength and power. It's interesting that she comes up, can appear with a lion's head and a human woman's body. The other day I was looking at my window from the couch, and the way this greenway or path is designed behind me, my window, there was a bar in the window that was in the way, and it looked like a woman's upper body, but I guess she was walking her dog. And the bottom half, I didn't see her legs because the way the window was positioned, or the way things were, I couldn't see her legs. I just saw her upper body, but then I saw the back half of her dog. So I was like, am I looking at is this a centaur outside my house? And then I saw the dog. I was like, oh, okay. Because for a minute, thought I was tripping. So I was like, Sekhmet, is that you? But in reverse. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what yeah, shore up our strength and our power. All right, so with taking that message in, go ahead and take some nice deep breaths. Just allowing yourself to settle in. Noticing the ebb and flow of breath of the body, the rise and fall of your chest, rise and fall of the belly. Maybe even allowing your womb space to expand and exhale as you breathe. And just taking a moment to notice the breath flowing through the body. As you inhale, expanding the womb space, the belly, the heart space, the mind, the crown. Exhale, allowing the crown to soften, the mind to relax, the heart space fall, belly softens, squeezing all of that air out and squeezing all of that energy out of the womb space. Allowing yourself once again to expand the womb, the low belly, heart space, the mind, crown. Exhale, reversing that flow. Being sure to squeeze all of that energy out, all the way at the bottom. Inhaling once again. Slowly and surely, just breathing in and out, allowing yourself to find presence and creating space within your body. Inhale, expanding the womb, the belly, the heart space, the mind, all the way up to your crown. Holding your head high, and exhale, reversing the flow, softening space between the brows, the heart space, the belly, your womb, and just continuing to now breathe in your own rate, your own cadence, organically. And just noticing how you feel in your body. Sending that breath to any areas of tension, any areas that may be calling for your attention, your focus, or just any areas of your body you would like to send a little extra love to. Inviting everything to just soften. Noticing where there's any dense areas, anything you would like to send intentional healing to. Seeing how much you can let go and just surrender for this moment. Remembering that sometimes it does take tremendous strength for us to let go, to surrender, to be soft, be still. In this world where we may have to hustle and bustle trying to keep up or make it in a man's world, here in this space, we have the opportunity, the permission to let go. Setting down our bags, giving up any worries, concerns, cares to spirit and the divine feminine, either allowing them to release like little bubbles going and floating up to the sky, or putting those worries, cares, or concerns in like a ball of light, maybe a balloon, allowing that to go up, sending into the ether. Releasing all of those cares, worries, concerns up to the heavens above, or allowing yourself to release them down into the earth. Maybe these energies, as they descend down into the earth, take a certain form, a shape. Maybe it flows like a waterfall or a river, little pebbles or little leaves just floating down into the earth, releasing. Maybe you see it floating down into the earth like leaves of a tree falling, petals of flowers down a vine, flickers of light. But either way, as you allow yourself to release above or below, just breathe, noticing how you feel. And then allowing yourself, simply through the vehicles of your intuition, your intention, your imagination, drawing up from the earth, as we did in last week's meditation, allowing ourselves to draw up from the earth strength, beauty, grace, fertility, flow, creativity, prosperity, abundance, pleasure, dynamic presence. Allowing yourself to receive that from the earth below. And then from the far ethers of the universe, the far edges of the universe, you begin to sense or notice a divine light coming towards you. Beautiful, divine, feminine light. Maybe it seems iridescent. Maybe it appears beautiful pink, pale pink, or peachy color. Maybe it's sprinkled with a little gold, whatever feels nice and etheric and pretty. Just allow that to flow towards you, knowing that this is a blessing, a gift from the divine feminine above. And as she begins to pour into your crown, you allow yourself to receive, embodying both heaven and earth within your body, calling down wisdom, inspiration, insight, bliss, guidance, clarity, the ability to transcend, alchemy, magic, synchronicity, drawing that down from the heavens above into your crown. Just remembering that you are a sovereign being, an expression of the divine feminine above and below. Taking a moment to just let that settle in, to land where it may, lean into it, soften into it. And as you begin to embody these beautiful divine energies from above and below, see yourself within your mind's eye as strong and victorious. Maybe you even allow yourself to imagine sitting upon a throne. What does it look like? What color is your throne? How big is it? How comfortable is your throne right now? Allow yourself to feel regal, exquisite. Are you cloaked in a beautiful velvet robe, maybe a silk robe, satin? Feel and imagine it upon your skin. Allow yourself to be comfortable. And you find that there is nothing to complain about in this space, in this moment. Envisioning yourself sitting upon your throne, nice and relaxed. There's a lovely cape, robe around you, feeling luxurious. This crown resting upon your head. You are the embodiment of strength. Rising above old tendencies, seeing yourself in the most favorable light of beautiful feminine strength. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale. Giving life permission to shift in miraculous ways. Allowing life to now shift in miraculous ways. What would it feel like? Just get out of your own way, to let go for a moment and let life shift in miraculous ways. What would it feel like for your life, for your openness, to allow life to shift in miraculous ways? Notice if there's any resistance. Does energy feel stuck somewhere? Do you begin to hold your breath somewhere within the body? Does it still flow? Inhaling, expanding the womb, the belly, the heart space, the mind, all the way up to your crown. Exhale, reversing the flow of energy, reversing the flow of breath. Squeezing all of the energy out on the exhale, very bottom. Inhaling once again, deep breaths. What would it feel like to allow your life to shift in miraculous ways? Notice if your breath changes. Notice if you feel a sensation in your body respond to that thought. Notice if any thoughts come to mind. What are they? Would you categorize them as positive, negative, neutral? Do any memories, any feelings, emotional feelings come up? What would it feel like to shift your life? Allow your life to just shift in miraculous ways. Getting out of your own way. Surrendering all cares, worries, or concerns. Creating space for yourself to receive. If you could just pretend for a moment that you could magnetize and attract new opportunities, what would that feel like? You could just pretend that you could attract new opportunities. What would it feel like to just pretend that you could attract new forms of abundance, new streams of income, or prosperous opportunities? You could just pretend you could attract that. What would that feel like? What would it feel like to pretend that you could attract new relationships that help you manifest your highest potential? You could pretend that you were magnetic. What would it feel like to attract new relationships that assist you in reaching your highest potential? Allow any areas that may tense up to soften. Bring flow back to the breath if it got stuck somewhere through the body. Just breathe. See, meditation is so much more than just being still and trying to quiet the mind. Meditation is an opportunity to reflect, to get to know yourself. It's like a weekly date that you offer yourself every time you show up here in this space. Every time you choose to do a meditation, you are taking time out of your busy schedule of hustling, bustling, doing this and that to get to know yourself. It's as if you are courting yourself, dating yourself, getting to know yourself. Meditation can also be a form of healing as you get to know yourself, a form of manifesting, shifting your life as you get to know yourself. For some of us, we may know, yeah, we've got some strengths, but we may focus more on some of our insecurities, our weaknesses, what's not right versus what is right, what we don't like or don't want versus what we do like and do want and deserve. But the magic that comes with meditation and self-awareness is that it creates an opportunity for you to shift your focus. to shift your energy, to shift your vibration, to shift perspective, ultimately shifting your life in miraculous ways. You are the miracle, plain and simple. You are the alchemist, the sorceress, the magician, sovereign being, the divine feminine, queen, empress, goddess, earth angel, queen of the fae, a woman, however you describe yourself. Any of those options are wonderful. Any option you have for yourself, or loving kindness, is wonderful. But you are stronger than you think you are. And you know that. Deep within, you know that. You know you are strong. You've already endured so much in life, and yet here you are, still willing and able to show up for yourself, to continue getting to know yourself. What if you shifted your perspective from healing yourself to just getting to know yourself? Imagine focusing on getting to just know yourself versus healing yourself. Give yourself a little more leniency, right? A little more grace. Sometimes we focus so much on healing, we don't realize that subconsciously we are telling ourselves we are not good enough. We are not that enough. We're too much of this. Something is just not right. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be healed. But what if you courageously decided to just get to know yourself, embarking on a new adventure of self-discovery? You see, strength means seeing yourself in the most favorable light that you can imagine. If you had to describe yourself as a light, what would that look like? What color would your light be? Is it various colors? Do you see different layers? Do they all kind of bleed together like a watercolor painting? What colors would you choose to describe yourself? How do you see that? And just to prove how powerful you are, when you imagine yourself as color or as light, whether you saw multiple colors, a bright light, a dim light, one color, bright and vibrant, big, small, however, do you know that you just use your intuitive gift of clairvoyance, maybe claircognizance, where you just knew what it was, maybe you saw it through your clairvoyance, but you just read your aura. The energy that you saw in the form of light, that was you reading your aura. I just guided you through this exercise. So you have capabilities within you that lie dormant that you may not have even noticed or acknowledged. You have gifts that lie within you that you may overlook, strengths you may not even be aware of. possibilities within you are endless. And so, what if you focused on just getting to know yourself versus focusing on showing up to try and heal or fix yourself? Seeing yourself in the most favorable light. And that light can change every day. But you've just proven to yourself that you can read energy. You just read your energy in the form of light, in the form of color. You could probably do it if you practice reading the light of others. Soon to realize that you are reading auras. You are using psychic, intuitive gifts. You are so full of possibility. You are more able. You are stronger than you think you are. More gifted, more magical than you may give yourself credit to. And your strength assures a happy outcome. How cool would that be to just check in with yourself on a regular basis and see if you can read yourself as a form of light or color? Notice what it looks like on your happiest days, the days that you don't feel 100%. What color would you describe your aura or your energy then? Your light. And know that others also respond to this light, your light. It's the same as if you wore your favorite color versus your least favorite color. Your energy is going to change. Personally, I wear a lot of black. I like wearing black. I also like to wear red. But to wear brown or tan is not for me. I don't like it. I don't feel good in those colors. Same thing with your aura. Every day, maybe even multiple times a day, it changes depending on your overall vibe, your vibration. When we say, I like this vibe, or I don't like that vibe, vibe is simply an abbreviation for vibration. Once again, you are using your intuitive gifts of what resonates and what does not. If something does not feel right, or that's not the vibe for you, you are reading energy. It's called being clairsentient, where you sense energy, because your body is a divine instrument. You are built for this, literally built for this. If you've ever tuned in to what you feel like having for dinner, feel like having for lunch, maybe you feel like going shopping, maybe you feel like doing something, you are also, once again, using your body as a tool of divination. You are feeling it out. And because it is such a visceral experience, this can be clairsentience, but it can also be the gift of clairtangence, tangibly feeling energy. When you are feeling out what you may want for dinner, you don't realize it, but you may be tuning into your stomach, your solar plexus. You are reading energy. You're reading yourself. You are smarter, wiser, gifted, stronger than you think you are. When you get an idea off the top of your head, as they say, or something just popped into your head unexpectedly, you just kind of know something. You don't know how you know, but you just know. Just know. That's claircognizant, clear knowing. How often does that happen for you? Where you just know something and it happens. That is your intuitive gift of claircognizance. You ever had a friend call you, text you, tell you about a story or a situation or, a scenario, maybe between them and a new person, new interest? And they tell you this and that about the person, and you say, you know what, I could see that. I can see that. I can see you two together. Or, you know what, I can see how that doesn't make sense. I can see where that went wrong. I can see how that could work. Listen to what you're saying. I can see. You're clairvoyant. And there's a part of you that just knows that. You're claircognizant. You are gifted. Celebrate yourself. All the tools, everything you need is within you already. You're divine. You are literally a tool of divination, a divine instrument of feminine beauty and strength. Have you ever walked into a place and thought, something smells funny in here? What is it? And you start to sniff around. Earlier, I went to dinner with a friend, and she said, why does it smell like dog or something in here? Sure enough, there was a dog. I didn't see it at first, but there was. You ever went sniffing and smell like, I don't know if this fragrance is going to smell right on me? Or why do I smell perfume and no one's here? Why do I smell roses? Why do I smell cologne? Something smells like my grandfather's pipe or cigar. You ever had any of those experiences? That is your clairolfactant, extrasensory perception, ESP. It's the ability to smell energy. And sometimes it does have a physical manifestation, like if you walk into a space and like something smells funny in here and you go trying to sniff around where the smell may be coming from, or that smells like this, that smells kind of like that, or I feel like it might be something. That is all your intuition. You are using your intuitive gifts probably all day long. Own it. Celebrate it. Celebrate you. You are a divine being upon this throne. Hold your head and your crown high. Allow yourself to be cloaked in the knowing that you are divine. You are stronger than you think you are. You've you've ever had something come to your palate and you're like, something about this doesn't quite taste right. I don't know what it is, but something seems a little off. And it's not that it's expired or there's ingredients you're allergic to, anything like that, but something just doesn't quite vibe. You're tasting something and nothing physically seems wrong with what you're eating or tasting, but something doesn't quite taste right. Something doesn't feel right. It doesn't, something seems a little off. That is your clairgustant gift, being able to taste energy. How many gifts do you have? Have you been able to make sense of some of the things that you experience, your ways of knowing? Have you ever been able to say, oh, yeah, I've had those experiences actually? You are wise and intuitive. You're gifted. You're blessed. You are a divine instrument. If you were able to associate or resonate with any of those examples, knowing, seeing, smelling, tasting, sensing, feeling, you have intuitive gifts. Maybe you should celebrate them more often. Or maybe you're thinking about something and you're like, what should I do? You're contemplating something and then you'll hear, oh, you could do this. Little birdie whispers something in your ear, something insightful. Maybe you're thinking about something, all of a sudden you'll hear something just pop into your head. Once again, that is your claircognizance, your knowing when it just pops into your head, but it also is your clairaudience, clear hearing. That little birdie that whispered in your ear that helped you to know something. That little birdie that might have whispered in your ear when you were thinking about a solution to something and you hear, oh, I could do this. Something says to do this. Something says that something is your intuition, your higher self, spirit, the divine, however you want to categorize it. Regardless, though, it happened within you. It is you. You are stronger and more gifted than you think you are. You've just proven to yourself through this meditation, through this time of getting to know yourself, this journey of self-discovery, you've just proven to yourself that you are gifted. Hopefully at this point you know what some of your gifts are now, if you've had any of those experiences or all of those experiences. You don't have to be just one way of intuiting information. You can be all of them. They can work adaptively. So maybe some days you know more things, other days you feel or sense. Maybe you float in between all of them throughout the day. But don't underestimate yourself. There's no need to yield to pressure or temptation. No need to avoid, no need to complain or indulge in negative thinking. The divine feminine is here with her goddess guidance to offer you her strength, her power through you, for you. You are a divine instrument, the embodiment of heaven and earth, in female form. You are a woman, stronger, mightier, more powerful, more magical, more beautiful, more fruitful, creative, abundant than you think you are. Honoring this, knowing this, celebrating this about yourself ensures a happy outcome, allowing your life to shift in miraculous ways. Before we close, just bring to mind 3 things to celebrate about yourself. Once those things come to mind, give yourself your flowers. Allow yourself to receive those flowers here upon your throne, crown held high, cloaked in the truth of who you are. And when you feel ready, knowing that there is no rush, you take some nice deep breaths, expanding the womb, the belly, the heart space, the mind, your crown, exhaling, reversing the flow. Gently opening your eyes when you're ready. I don't know, I'm clapping. I'm like, yay! Spanish meditation, yay! So it's the celebratory energy, I think. Like, yay! Very happy. All right. So, the collective message. What is the collective feminine? No. So I got not only celebrate yourself, but throughout the week, just be more mindful of what intuitive gifts you are using. Notice how many times you may say, like, oh, you know what? Something comes to mind. It could be a thought if you want to just see it as that, but it could also be inspiration. A lot of times we mistake just a thought or inspiration as just that, not realizing that that is actually our claircognizant. Our higher self sits about a foot or two above our crown chakra. That's your 8th chakra and your 9th chakra. There's a lot of information stored in those chakras. So sometimes when we know things off the top of our head, we're literally off the top of our head. We're literally channeling from our 8th and 9th chakra. So when you're like, oh, I know you're probably using your claircognizance. When you say things like, I don't see that happening, you're probably using your clairvoyance. Someone will say something like, do you think this will work? Or do you think that'll work? How do you think that'll look right? And you're like, I don't really see that happening. That's your clairvoyance. It's pretty simple. People make being intuitive and psychic like a woo thing, and it's actually pretty freaking fundamental. We say these words all the time, not realizing that low key or high key from our higher self, um, we are actually speaking truth. We don't realize it because no one's taught us that. And especially as women, they didn't want us to know that, okay? We'd be out here calling folks out left and right. So if you ever say like, hey, I have a bullshit detector or my gaydar, you're probably using your clairsentience to feel something out, to sense, I get a feel for this. That's probably your clairsentience and your clairtangence. Sometimes you're like, you know what, I don't know, this just feel like something's on my hand, but you haven't really touched anything. It's probably your clairtangents. That's what healers use to feel energy. It feels tangible. Clear tangibility is how you're feeling energy. If you're always kind of, playing with something, you're like, I don't know, something about this doesn't feel right. You're using your intuition. Okay, it doesn't feel right. The question is, why not? Why does it not feel right? Why don't you see that? That why takes you to the next level. Okay. But if you're like, what I just heard when you're in a conversation, you know what I just heard? Not like you heard a conversation somewhere, but you're talking, say, to somebody and they say something, you're like, you know what? What I heard was like, or like a little birdie in your ear. That's your clairaudience. It's pretty simple. You smell things, you're like, I don't know why I'm smelling something. A lot of times, if you're like, I don't know why I'm smelling something, you're probably using your clairolfactic gifts. You're like, this doesn't really, it's got a weird flavor or weird, and you're trying to decipher what that is. Yes, you're using your taste buds, obviously, but at the same time, you could be using your taste buds not only to taste something physical, but also you could be tasting the energy of something. Like, I don't know why this doesn't taste right to me. I don't think I want this. You're probably using your clairgustance, your ability to taste. So you have lots of gifts, okay? Your homework for the week, see how they fluctuate. Notice those words. I feel this. I see this. I know this. I hear this. I smell this, I taste this, those little things. And that is what will help you to not only develop your intuitive and psychic gifts, but your ability to flow within energy and to manipulate it in a way that's not like malicious, but manipulate it as far as like changing lead into gold, because you are the alchemist. You are a magician. You are the magi. You are the sorceress. You are that beautiful, wonderful being, very gifted. And we are grateful. I am grateful to have you here. And I hope that you see yourself in that most favorable light, because I do. And thank you for sharing this space with me. And